We're going to start off today's recap with a little question. I want you all to let me know in the comments, do you think that this was a balk from Max Fried? So ultimately, Brian Hayes was picked off. The umpire said it was a legal move, but the more I watch it, the more I'm like, that's a little bit, I don't like that. That's a balk. What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today. Shohei Ohtani was tasked with trying to end the Angels' 12-game losing streak, or maybe it was 14. I don't remember the exact number. Garrett Cole allowed like 11 home runs in yesterday's game against the Minnesota Twins, and Steven Strasburg was back on the bump for the first time in over a year. You guys know the drill. If you're going to any baseball games or concerts anytime soon, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself 20 bucks off your entire order, and don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Ohtani, he said this streak ends today. He allowed a run in the 5th on a sac fly, but he got that run back and more. Ohtani swats a 2-run opposite field home. It was kind of an oppo taco, but not really. That's his 12th of the year. He also has a 125 OPS plus and 7 stolen bases, so he's not a bust. Squid, aka Andrew Velasquez, he sends a ball 400 feet for a huge 3-run home run, and then Ohtani and crew took care of the rest. Shohei Ohtani, he punched out 6 in 7 innings. He was averaging 98 on the fastball, which is the second fastest of his career, at least in terms of average velo. Iggy strikes out 2 for his 12th save, and the Angels are 28-31 after a 14-game skid, so thank you to my script. It was 14 games, which honestly, 28-31 after losing 14 consecutive games, that's not all that bad. Now, I'm not saying that Shane McClanahan has wrapped up the Cy Young in the American League, because there's still a lot of time left and a lot that can go wrong, but what he's doing is absolutely insane, and what he did to the Cardinals is just not fair. Ji-Man Choi gave him all the run support he needed. By the way, Ji-Man Choi has 9 home runs, 29 RBIs, and a 154 OPS plus. Anyways, back to the man of the hour, Shane McClanahan. He carved up the Cardinals over 8 innings. He allowed 1 single base hit. He struck out 9 along the way. He leads the AL in innings pitched and strikeouts, and he has a 1.81 ERA. He throws 99 to 100. He has a devastating slider. Who does that remind you of? Yeah, he's pretty much Chris Sale 2.0. I just kind of feel bad for Miles Mikolas because he also threw 8 solid innings, but unfortunately, he takes the L. You know what other pitcher I feel bad for? Tyler Mahle. He allowed just 1 run, a homer off the bat of Pavin Smith. He punched out 10 snakes in 6 dominant innings, but the Reds bullpen is shaping up to be one of the worst of all time, so of course they blow it. Alec Thomas singles home Pavin in the 9th, and Josh Rojas completes the comeback on a 2-run single. The Diamondbacks are now 28-31. Are they the best bad team in all of baseball, or are they a good team? Let me know in the comments below. Garrett Cole allowed not just 1, not just 2, but 3 home runs in the first inning of this contest against the Twins, and luckily the Yankees hitters had his back because they are finally getting Joey Gallo, like the Joey Gallo. He ties it up on his 7th home run of the year. Buxton again goes yard. He has 15 home runs and a 152 OPS plus. The guy has been insane this year. So I'm thinking, okay, Garrett Cole, he ain't got it. Maybe pack it in. Nope. Joey Gallo, he has another home run, so 8 on the year. He finally has a WRC plus of 100, so he has been an average hitter, whether you want to believe it or not. DJ goes back-to-back, and Aaron Hicks, he belts one to a wormhole in space. Hicks is having one of the stranger seasons because he has a sub 100 WRC plus, which means that he has been a below average hitter, but he has a 360 on base percentage, which is borderline elite. So I don't know if Aaron Hicks is having a good year or not. Anyways, the Yankees, they showed that they are never out of ball games, especially with that bullpen. 5 different Yankee relief guys allowed just 1 hit over the final 6-ish innings, and the Yankees are cruising with an insane 41-16 record. I would not want to face them in a playoff series, especially when you're losing going to the 6th and the 7th inning. You're pretty much guaranteed a loss. Kind of a weird start in this next one. You have Eflin and Corbin Burns. They were both incredibly sharp, but the pitch count got crazy as both of them had to leave after barely throwing 4 innings. Now, Philly was in luck though because the Milwaukee bullpen wasn't prepared for this. JT breaks the tie on a sac fly, and Didi drops a ball into shallow left for a 2-run double, and here comes more reinforcements. MVP, the 2-timer, Bryce Harper now has 15 home runs, 45 RBIs, and a whopping 181 OPS plus. Schwarber now has 15 with that pimp job, and I know Odubel has a track record, but he's playing great ball with 5 home runs and a 140-ish OPS plus. Milwaukee has lost 6 in a row, and the Phillies, they stay winning without Girardi, as that was their 7th dub in a row. Now, the only other team that has a better winning streak right now is their interdivision rival, the Braves. And the Braves jump out to an early lead after Duvall had an RBI single, and they end up with 3 runs by the end of the 3rd. And even though they lost, I want to mention the Pirates and the rookie Jack Sawinski, 8 home runs and a near 120 OPS plus. Good for him. It's not easy to go lefty-lefty off of Max Fried. But speaking of Max Fried, he was electric all day long. The Cali native struck out 8 over 6 frames. He now has a 2.79 ERA over his last 300 innings. He's a monster. Kenley Jansen strikes out 2 for his 16th save. The Braves have won 8 in a row. They're 31-27. It's almost like getting back Ronald Acuna Jr. and having Matt Olson break out of his slump would make them a better team. Who would have thought? Let's talk about another dominant team in the NL. We have the Dodgers. Dodgers say, hey, we appreciate it, and the game completely swings in the other direction after Cease leaves the game. You have Freddie and Trey, as well as Max Muncy, all teeing off on the White Sox bullpen, and they come away with a big-time 6-run 5th inning, but they're not done just yet. Freeman grabs another RBI, and Max Muncy has his biggest moment so far of the 2022 season. Why was it so big? That's because the at-bat before, Trey Turner was intentionally walked with 2 strikes. So Tony La Russa said, we have a better chance of getting out Max Muncy with a 0-0 count than Trey Turner with a 2-strike count. That's disrespectful. Trey Turner has a career 618 OPS and a 2-strike count, which is awful. And Max Muncy has an 860 OPS versus left-handed pitchers. So not smart at all. I don't care what you say. Gavin Lux has a late RBI. He has an insane 372 on base percentage. The Dodgers can beat you in so many ways, just like the Yankees. Moving over to the great Steven Strasburg. He returned from injury. It has been, 380 days since he had last pitched. Maybe this was too early because my guy got lit up like the night sky on 4th of July, and I'm not a rapper, but that did rhyme. I mean, the Nationals really wanted him to get work because he ends up staying in all the way into the 5th. When the man who rakes sends one to space, Jesus Sanchez now has 22 home runs in the last 114 games. Trevor Rogers was finally decent. He struck out 5 in 5 innings. This Marlins team is very fun to watch, but maybe one guy is having too much fun according to some teammates. They called out Jazz Chisholm Jr. and they called him the Dennis Rodman of baseball. Well, if you know anything about Dennis Rodman, yeah, I guess he was a little bit flamboyant and he did things a different way, but he was exciting to watch. He's one of the more polarizing figures in sports history. Jazz Chisholm, let the kid play. He's so much fun to watch. Let's stop being jealous. I sense some jealousy amongst teammates. That's just my opinion, though. The team that is allergic to playing above 500 finally got above 500. Now, granted, the Guardians have had the easiest schedule in baseball the last 2 weeks, but wins are wins, dang it. Okay, we're a young team, and we're going to take every single W that we can get. J-Ram and Josh Naylor go back-to-back. Now, we know how good Jose's been this year, but Josh Naylor has 30 RBIs and a 138 OPS plus. The rookies then take over. Oscar Gonzalez makes history as an RBI single, and look at this graphic. He has a hit in his first 12 of 13 games and 21 hits in his first 13 games. The only other person that has done that was Roger Maris when he was a rookie back with Cleveland. Then you have Steven Kwan and Jimenez completing the comeback on 2 RBI singles, and another rookie, Richie Palacios, drives home 2 more. The Cleveland Guardians are 27-26. Now, I'm not saying that Thairo Estrada lost the Giants this game, because it is a team sport at the end of the day, but he kind of lost them this game. Actually, you know what? I'll amend it. I'll say the whole defense kind of lost them the game because they couldn't get to anything. Daza puts the finishing touches on a big 3-run inning for Austin Gomber, who ended up settling down for a very nice start. He goes 6 innings with 5 strikeouts. That's always a fun time. And McMahon drives home the insurance run for Alex Colomé. The Giants, let me ask a question. Are they the worst good team in all of baseball? So the Diamondbacks, are they the best bad team along with the Guardians? And then in terms of the worser of the better teams, is it the Giants? Is there a team like the Angels? Are they a bad good team? Let me know. And then last but not least, the Orioles versus the Royals. Battle of the mid teams with bright futures. Okay, let's jump into this one. Salvi and MJ Melendez, they get the party started with 4 runs in the 3rd. This MJ kid has some sick power. That ball went 420 feet. He now has 5 home runs on the year with a cool 130 OPS plus. Carlos Santana is starting to wake up a bit as well. He smokes a 2-run shot, and Bobby notches an RBI as well on a sac fly. So a question for you all. The last question, I promise you guys, who will be the first team to elite status, the Orioles or the Royals? I'm going to go with the Baltimore Orioles 1,000%, but don't sleep on the Royals. They have guys like Asa Lacy and Frank Mazzucato. I think that's his name. Those guys are in the works, and to me, they're going to be nasty. So before we get into the web gems, I wanted to give a few shout outs to 3 different super things from yesterday. First and foremost, we have Cameron, just a really nice comment. I mean, these videos are not easy to make, so I just really appreciate the love and the extra support. Same with Cheese Gaming and Graham. Just thank you all so much for your support since the beginning of making these videos. I think we're coming up on 3, maybe 4 years of making recap, and I think we've only missed a couple of videos since we started making them. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and enjoy the gems.
Tapper left of the mound. Eflin bare hands and throws. What a play!
One of the best plays I've ever seen a pitcher make off the mound, and there's been some good athletes out there.
There's Rojas out to center, and Victor Robles.
A jump on this, no hesitation, read it perfect. Enjoy, my friend.
Playing hard no matter what the score.
That ball lined sharply, but caught by Emmanuel Rivera. Boy, he timed his leap perfectly.
Ball comes at you, an infielder, you think that it's hit harder than it really is. It hit off the end of the bat, so he had to time that jump.
This is starting to carry for Yastrzemski at the wall, and he makes the catch.
Been a lot of wind. There's some carry here, and you're watching the route that Yastrzemski takes.
This is a deep drive to center. Alec Thomas at the track, at the wall, and he's got it.
Yeah. Damn, we done came far. The blessings soon pay off. I don't get a day off. Feel like the playoffs, they like, when y'all gonna take off? Dale got laid off, now we focused on trademarks. We just making hits after hits.